Hey, what's up? Thanos of Anime here. And I want to introduce you to the first installment of my series, Why Anime Movies Matter. For a lot of people, this will probably be more of a should you watch type series, but to me, there's a lot of anime movies that go underappreciated, and I want to change that. So let's figure out together if PomPo the Cinephile matters. As the name Cinefile suggests, it's about a film geek, an established filmmaker who loves turning schlock into something hot, and a hardworking girl who dreams of being an actress, but apparently kinda sucks. And that's not a bad thing. While these characters are simplistic, they're not uninteresting. Honestly, the characters are a lot more nuanced because of their simplicity. Their personality traits shine a lot more because they're characters. Wait, this isn't what I meant when I said their personality traits shine. It doesn't need as much focus because the character writing being simplified is intentional. They would rather show us the characters through the visuals because PomPo the Cinephile is a love letter to film and wants to show that love they have for film to people who have the same love they do.
I can't believe this is happening to us. I feel so giddy.
And they make sure to show that shit. They use animation to the fullest extent. This was made like it was an art through adversity film, except I'm pretty sure this film did not have adversity. They did all of this for the love of the game. The use of animation wasn't just the vehicle to tell their story, but to employ things that would only be possible if the story was told using animation. Because this movie was not shy with its budget, making sure it's tantalizing visuals. You could probably put this movie on mute, still be able to follow along, and enjoy it the exact same. Honestly, this is the only way I can properly compliment this movie. Everything that makes this movie up only accentuates it. I never found myself thinking I could do without a scene or a line of dialogue, which does tend to happen when I watch movies. Okay, maybe I could do without this scene. But besides mandatory fan service and the typical exposition scenes, which are just necessary in film sometimes, especially when it comes to anime in regards to the fan service, but that's not me giving the movie an excuse. I think these things add charm, and that's what they're meant to do, so they actually service the work rather than distract you or try to like numb you, which is what I think a bad movie or show would do. But for as much glaze as I've had for the animation, the sound design is just as fucking good. Each scene is just enhanced by the stellar use of sounds. Even random, basic scene transitions or jump cuts are done with care. The sounds only just add to it, where certain transitions like this
Body hurts.
will make you feel like you shift lock to double take. But I don't just have surface level praise. The storytelling deserves to be appreciated. As a matter of fact, the storytelling might just be the best part. Utilizing the elements I was just gassing, they tell a heartfelt and relatable story that has a good little side plot that's existing as juxtaposition for the cast. You may find the movie losing its own plot during this, like it doesn't matter, and find yourself a little lost at what's going on, but the visuals, I believe, keep you interested enough to trust it to get back on track. And the film connects itself in such a tasteful way that you'll probably be more locked in because of it. The best way I can explain that is when you start the movie, the line feels kind of short, and then you get on the ride, and it almost goes by a little too fast, which makes you want to go on it again. But then the line feels longer than the last time, and almost like it's not worth it to wait, only for you to realize that you're up next, and you're sitting before you realize it. But this time the ride feels so much better, even though it's the exact same and you didn't sit anywhere different. You feel more excited after you get off this time. Like you feel a little more fulfilled, but that you still want more. It's addictive. And that's because this movie knows how to do payoff. Almost exactly like how animation rules work. You have the setup, or the neutral pose, and then you have the anticipation, the excitement, the want for more, waiting for the big moment. Then you get the action that leads to the big moment, then the climax happens, and then you have the fall or the descending point so that you can process just exactly what was happening. All of that very much shows in the film. You will see what I'm talking about if you watch it. And like how I said this is a love letter to film, it's a love letter to animation as well. Everything about it just screams the knowledge and the understanding of rules that goes into what this creative process is. I mean, come on, bruh. Utilizing animation rules for other important aspects of film is such an avant-garde way of storytelling. Honestly, it's unprecedented. I mean, this movie feels like a person's passion project came true, and it was executed exceptionally. So I guess to conclude, I wouldn't consider this movie to have the most life-changing story. So if you're one of those neckbeard enjoyers whose favorite anime is Clanad, then this probably isn't gonna stroke your chode. But if you look like this, I'm gonna let you know that this movie absolutely does matter, and I hope that you give it a watch, because it adds a lot to filmmaking and animation alike.